Hi there, Dead Idle Boy here. Thanks for coming back for another video. As you can see from the screen, we are racing at Monza. This is race B, Corvette dominated, and you can see just behind me on the starting grid is a certain Mr. Kireth Kart. Now, Kireth was streaming at the time, yeah, he did some mixed results up until this point. And I said to him in the chat before the race started, please no punterino, to which he replied he would try his best. Now there's a ringing endorsement of race safety if ever I heard one. But basically I had a bit of a laugh because he'd had some issues in the previous races. Turn 1 at Monza is always, yeah, it's always just a close your eyes and hope for the best type situation. So we're just hoping that Kireth doesn't punt us into turn 1. So we'll see how that pans out as the race unfolds. But yeah, this was I've got a bit of a love-hate relationship with Monza, to be honest with you, and I'd swithered on whether to even bother racing it this week. But the fact is that I hate race C and race A didn't appeal to me. I just hate race C. I just don't like Group 1. Just has no appeal to me whatsoever. But each to their own. So Group 3 at Monza was the kind of lesser of the evils. So I've never really been that quick round it, but I managed to, do a bit of qualifying grind. I set up to this point a 146.3, which is good enough to start 5th. Since then I've actually I've out qualified myself. I've set a 146 dead, so I'm getting better at Monza. I'm quite enjoying the Corvette. Once you kind of get it right, it can be quite enjoyable around here. But yeah, hopefully you'll enjoy this race because it is not without its incidents, as you can expect from a typical race round Monza. So you can see in P1 we've also got Benson, who was in the stream, Kireth's stream. So he is obviously a very, very quick driver, and he's got the Hungarian, also a very quick driver behind him. So yeah, I think Kireth predicted he was hoping to get P3 out of this race, which would involve probably trying to get past me. So yeah, I had a little bit of we have some good races, me and Kireth. We seem quite matched in pace at times, so we'll see how this one, as I said, plays out. So here we're heading down into turn 1. You just get into the 150 board and braking and just hoping nobody goes in the back. You see in the radar there, somebody's getting shoved out, and it looks like it's Kireth getting shoved out by the Spaniard, because Kireth's dropped down to P7 now, and you can see the Spaniard is moved up to P6. So I think Kireth was the unfortunate victim of a little bit of aggression getting in there, but nothing too bad. Only one place drop for him, but we're focusing on the cars ahead and making it through here. Again, it's really, you've just got to watch the braking getting into that corner and that chicane, that you get it right. Again, here we've got the Lesmos. They're so technical. You can lose so much time once you start, getting into this race. If you don't hit them perfectly, then you've got no chance basically. But onto the straight for the first time, and then you can see up ahead there's a bit of fighting going on. So we're just going to watch that unfold. We're going to take a cautious entry in there. Don't want to get too close on the exit, or otherwise you compromise your run down the back straight. You can see there's a penalty up ahead as well, so that's good for us. Already seen opportunities there to gain positions without having to do too much work. You can see there's a gap behind now formed from the Spaniard. Kireth's dropped back down to 8th now, so he's had some more issues. Benson still holding on to the lead in P1. So here we go, for the first time just coming over the line. Again, every time you get down to T1 at Monza, doesn't matter what lap, there's always got a little bit of apprehension. You don't want to be the person doing the punting, but you don't want to be punted, so you've kind of got to just watch yourself again. We're going to hit the brakes right on the 150, we're going to come down, close that gap right up nicely, very nicely taken if I do say so myself. But a little bit of oversteer on the exit there, and you can see them just pulling away there, but another penalty's been picked up, so there's 2 penalties up ahead. So that's again going to benefit us. So yeah, it's not looking too bad at this point, but we've still got the Spaniard now right on our tail, and the Spaniard's going to make a move. Look at that, we back off and we actually break early because the Spaniard just, yeah, he sent it, and I just had a feeling he wasn't going to be able to hang on, and we managed to get the undercut back on him there, and we hold the inside line. He's not going to be able to hold the outside line there, and as you see, he has to tuck in behind. So we've now got the slipstream here, and we're closing right in. We've got a good chance now of getting up and taking this P4. We run down here, but the penalties are being served now. This was frustrating because you can see he's served his penalty, the Italian, and then he's moved into my slipstream, and it gives me nowhere to go. I'm boxed in, I couldn't get back out. 2 cars go down and get the run on me, and I drop back down to P6. So I was thinking about P4, possibly P3, but you can see somebody going wide there, you know, on the exit. It's such an easy thing to do. If you try and go too wide through there, somebody's going to end up out in the gravel 9 times out of 10. But so we managed to get back up to P5, which was salvaging something at least. And you can see the Spaniard now on the outside of me. He's desperately trying to get around the outside, but again we managed to hold on. We've now got the slip of the Italian, so that should see us okay down into T1 for the start of lap 3. So yeah, just got to be mindful here how we take this, because you say look in the radar, we're going to get closed in on, and we just got a little tap through the chicane there, but we managed to hold it. You can see Kireth is now caught right up as well, so he's right in the mix now. And it's going to be, yeah, an interesting next 2 laps, to say the least. Some really good close racing unfolding. So the Italian he had decent pace. Oh, you can see somebody going wide there. I think it's P2, and he's absolutely lost it. The Hungarian loses it, so we got a free position there. That's interesting. We'll have a look back at the end of the race to see exactly what happened there, because P1 and P2 they did have quite a big gap, so they've obviously had some sort of coming together. But yeah, free position for us. So we're now up to P4, which is good going, starting in P5. So we moved up a spot, but we've got company behind us in the form of the Spaniard, and Kireth's obviously looking to make some moves as well in the Mustang. You can see the Italian's looking a bit. Yeah, he's keen to get past there. You can see we go purple there, so we've got good pace on this lap anyway, and if we close right in the back of the Italian now, we've got a choice to make here, and I decided to bump him because I thought to myself, if we fight, then we're just leaving ourselves open to more attack. So there's a penalty up ahead now for the Italian, so that's good. So the Spaniard, so the Italian makes a dive up the inside. And we take advantage of that because the Spaniard runs a little bit wide there, and that's good news for us. So we've got a bit of pressure now on the outside, and we are heading into the final turn 1, so that will be another nervy moment. Just watch this as we hit the brakes. You can see the radar. Oh, it's carnage. It's absolute carnage. And you can see Kireth's car there just appear on the right hand side of the screen, and the Italian goes spinning wide. The Spaniard manages to make it through, but he's picked up another 2 seconds. He's got a 2.5 second penalty now. So yeah, that was just absolute carnage. If it's not turn 1, lap 1 Monza, it's turn 1, lap 4 Monza. We'll have a look back at the end of the race to see exactly what happened, because yeah, it was just the Spaniard's obviously got the 2 second penalty, so you assume he was at fault for it, but we'll have a look in a bit more detail at the end, because Kireth was certainly involved as well. So although he's not picked up any penalties, so that would surely presume his innocence. So the 2.5 second penalty has been served here, so this is an absolutely straightforward, easy pick up. So we're now up to a podium, so we've done all right out of this in the end. Although it was a pretty tense race, a little bit bad tempered, and we're going to now have to fight off Kireth as we go up to the end of the race. Now Kireth has a really good run on us here, and I was assuming he was going to make the move, being on stream, give the crowd something to cheer, but you can see in the radar he just can't get close enough, and we just cut off by hitting a nice apex. We're going to come across the line to pick up a P3. Benson wins it, Spaniard in second, Kireth close by in P4. So yeah, that was a tense race from start to finish, I'm not going to lie. And there were some incidents, let's just say, that really do need a little bit of a review. And we'll see also in the lobby, there's going to be some repercussions, because as you remember, the Hungarian who was in P2 had a coming together with Benson in P1, and that carries over a little bit into the lobby afterwards, which we will see coming up. But you just to just to let you know that I am planning on coming back to streaming very, very soon. I've got a 7-month-old who's getting into a bit of a better sleep pattern now, so we kind of have worked out we've got a little routine going, so it might open up a little window of opportunity for me to just go back streaming on a more regular basis. So we'll see how that plays out. But yeah, it's just good getting back, just doing some racing, at least finding out I've still got a little bit of pace, getting myself into the sort of top hundreds in daily race B. So yeah, you can see here the lobby, everything's going alright, but you can see the Hungarian is writing something. There's a few other people questioning things. The Spaniard asking the Italian, WTF was that? The Hungarian asking Benson, what was that? Benson giving him a lol. Yeah. Oh, what's that? The Hungarians called Benson a dog. But yeah, there was certainly some comings together, that's for sure, and some incidents that we'll now have a quick look back on just to finish off the video. So if you've stuck around this long, thank you, and we'll see what happened. So here's the end of the race. Sorry, the beginning of the race. This is what happened to Kireth at the start of the race. So the Spaniard made a move up the inside of him. A little bit of a lunge, but makes it work. It's a little bit of a turn in. Kireth had to take a void in action there and loses the position out of it. So a bit unfortunate there. Then the Spaniard lunges in on me. This is where I make the cut back, because I knew he was going to struggle to hold it. He kind of does, but he loses it on the exit, and we managed to get back up the inside. So I was quite happy with that move. Here is the Hungarian making the move on Benson. You can see there's a little bit of aggression there, and there's just a little bit of contact there, and it forces him onto the grass. He's trying to control the rear end of the Corvette, but once that goes, you're done. And this was the incident. Watch this now. Kireth is heading into the T1. He's got a run, but he's missed his braking point, and he's going to punt me. But the Spaniard actually beats Kireth to the punt. Really, if anything, so that was quite amusing, because I actually was pretty certain that it was Kireth that had hit me, and he would have hit me if the Spaniard hadn't just got there in time. So Kireth gets off with that one just about. Look at that. If it wasn't for the Spaniard, he would have ploughed right into the side of me, and we just bundle over the curbs and try and maintain position. So here was the attempt that Kireth made just at the end of the race to try and get past me. You can see this. He's got a good run on me, and I'm pretty certain he's going to make the move. He's going to try and do something. We're not really defending this point. I think we've got to brake just late enough so we can cut in, clip the apex, and yeah, it's all good. So we'll finish in P4. The incident with Benson was interesting though, because I did actually look back early on in the race, because Benson said in the chat that the Hungarian was just hitting him all over the place, and when I looked back in the replay, yeah, that was the case. The Hungarian was just little taps going into every corner, and there was one incident, I think it was in the first lap, where he does the same sort of thing as what Benson and the Hungarian, they're coming together, that sent the Hungarian off. He just nudged Benson onto the grass, and Benson, it was a miraculous save, but I think they just riled Benson up to the point where he was like, I'm not letting this guy past if he's going to be like that. So they had their issues, but all's well that ends well. P1, so Benson's not complaining about that, and I'm certainly not complaining about the P3. So, but if you're stuck around, I would just like to say thank you all again for watching, and yeah, keep your eyes peeled, like, subscribe, keep your eyes peeled on the channel. We will hopefully have some streaming action coming up very, very shortly. Once again, I'll say thanks, and yeah, cheers for watching.